Hey, it's Carl again, and the question I'm going to tackle today is how do you get your in laws out of your marriage? Well, one of the things that is often said is family can be a good thing, but then you can also have too much of a good thing. And the same can be said for having in laws that really invade the personal space of your marriage. In fact, there was a TV show a number of years ago built around that entire concept. Everybody Loves Raymond. The mother in law and father in law were always over at the house creating issues. And so that's an idea that a lot of people can understand. But the reality is, often in laws can really encroach into the marriage. And one of the things that you as a couple have to do is you have to clearly define boundaries within your marriage. And that means understanding that you're going to have to take stands at times with family members and say, you're not allowed into this space, or you're not allowed to dominate our time because this is our time. One of the things you have to remember is that when you marry, you are leaving your family behind. In fact, the Bible teaches that a man will leave his father and mother and will cling to his wife, and they will become one flesh. And so ultimately, that is the step that we're taking. You know, you think about a wedding ceremony, the father of the bride gives her away. The groom leaves his parents and stands at the altar waiting for his bride. That's the symbolic picture of what happens. It's not always easy to do, especially when you're dealing with close-knit families. And so the thing that you want to do as husband and wife is, first of all, be in agreement. What is appropriate for your relationship? What are the boundaries that you need to set? And then you need, as a couple, to begin communicating those boundaries to your in-laws. The thing that's not fair is when you begin to establish boundaries, but you don't communicate those. That sets up a lot of hurt feelings. That sets up a lot of animosity. What you do want to do, though, is determine what those boundaries are going to be, and then lovingly have those conversations with those that you need to have the conversation with. Now, in a worst case scenario, when you have a family member that's not going to respect those boundaries, you may have to take a harder stance. There may be times that you've got to force a little bit of separation, and that's not an easy thing to do. But at the end of the day, you've got to defend and protect your marriage as a team. You can't be putting your family against your spouse or vice versa. You've got to face this as a team, and you've got to move forward as a team. So just a few thoughts for you today. If you need help rescuing your marriage, download the free guide at hopeformymarriage.com, and I'll talk to you again soon.